Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Soon as we step out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Make no mistake, either you stay in your place or we putting you on a plate. Look at our face, we put the fear in the dirt. We had to struggle for change, pick up the pace. We put in infinite.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And today we are back for another recap of PowerBook 4 Force. This is season 2, episode 8, titled Dead Reckoning. And before we start talking about the episode, please make sure you are subscribed to our channel, click that notification bell and that thumbs up button. And before we go ahead and get started, Ron, I think you got something you wanted to throw out there up front.
It's boiling in my soul, I gotta say. Leon's dad and Stacy.
Jamal.
All y'all get, both of y'all get the hands this week.
Yes, they get the hands.
So I just wanted to bring it. It was boiling in my soul. I can't take it.
Listen, and one of my predictions came true. I was like,
I knew the parole officer. I knew he was going to get,
Well, you gave him the game ball last week. Can you still feel the same way?
Well, yeah, because remember, even when he came in, he was really conciliatory to Diamond. I mean, he was really warming up. Remember when he said to Diamond that he did some good, that his speak out did good. They recovered like 25 or 27 weapons. I think he said 27. Mm-hmm. He said not a big number, but hey, he said keep it up. So he was just warming up to Diamond, and I was feeling that a couple of episodes ago, but
well, we're going to talk about that in a second. I know this episode had a lot going on, and they threw us some curveballs that I was not expecting.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a really, really good episode. Go ahead, Tiff.
I was gonna say Eve Rivera directed it too, and we interviewed Eve.
Yep. So make sure y'all check out that interview tab of that Eve Rivera interview if you haven't seen it already, because man, they did such a great job with this episode. So I kind of wanted to start off with the aftermath of the death of the FBI agent, because that's where the last episode kind of left off. The Fed got killed by Vic, and so they're searching through the car and whatnot. And Vic is trying to play it off like he's playing dumb, like he don't know that tracker is in the car.
Good job.
And I wasn't sure if Tommy was convinced. But he's definitely, I think Tommy got his antennas up on everybody.
Listen, episode 9, my prediction is Vic is gone.
Vic is gonna die. I mean, I think those characters that bought his death.
Well, I
keep looking back at all of this stuff that he's doing, like even when the feds are putting pressure on him and they're basically asking him to, stop telling the lies, confess where you at the meeting spot with the agent and whatnot. He put himself in the situation when he did not have to. Like they had absolutely no proof that he killed that DJ besides hearsay. And he could have been on his merry little way, but no, he wants,
he wanted revenge. He should have bounced. And the thing is,
with Tommy's though, but with Tommy's lawyer, see the problem now. Tommy's lawyer hipped him up to.
That's why I said he can ready die.
Yeah, because now Tommy, you saw that thought process Tommy was having.
Yeah.
The only real person that could be that close inside is Vic.
Vic or Jenard.
And and Jenard, and I think after hemming up Jenard, and see, Jenard did a smart thing. He bought himself some time with Tommy. So I'm not certain if Tommy would suspect him before he would Vic, because like he said, he never trusted a Flynn anyways. So
but he didn't suspect Jenard first. He went to Jenard first. He pressed Jenard.
I meant now that all this happened, if he was going to check anybody, I think he would check Vic before Jenard. I don't know. I mean, it's just the speculation, but it would seem to me he has a lot to think about, because like even when you said that Vic was checking the car and he finds the
The
tracker. He finds the tracker, and then he goes, "Oh, here it is, right here." And I thought I saw something in Tommy that said, "Okay, I'm a little suspicious of that," but he kind of mulled over it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
I think it's the fact that Vic is deflecting too. Like he's trying to shift blame to Claudia and Jenard, and I think that makes him look suspicious too.
I think it does too.
I don't. I think here's the thing. When he does that, to me, aside from Vic, the two people that Tommy really, really hates is Claudia and Jenard. And so I think there may be some softening with Jenard because Jenard did save his life. Okay. So
I was about to say Jenard wants some kudos with Tommy.
Absolutely.
He did.
So I think that has a lot to say for Tommy. As far as Jenard is concerned, he hemmed him up once. The next time won't be a hem up. He's just going to take him out.
Well, I have a question for you guys about the other situation that Jenard brought to Tommy with Shanti, because Shanti cut this side deal with Claudia and the Serbs, and they were, Jenard was smart enough to say, like, look, we need to bring this to Tommy now. It's better to hear it from us than from somebody else.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was a smart move. But I'm like, do you think that bought him kudos with Tommy too? Or does that have Tommy side-eyeing them even more?
It did at first, but we'll see. Because I keep thinking, I looked at the title for the next episode, and it's called No Loose Ends. So I was like, so I feel like time is gonna be up for Vic. So, if he is the snitch, and let's hope Shanti and them stick around too. I think I agree with y'all. I think that it bought Jenard some more time. I think Jenard also stepped up with coming to that meeting for Diamond. Where Diamond, he stepped up too, and he showed how he was able to, handle the crew for 15 years. He showed that. So I was like, he may have earned a little bit.
The crazy thing that kind of caught me off, well, it didn't catch me off guard, but I was like, it was such a wild statement to hear, because Jenard was like, I got brand loyalty. I ran CBI while Diamond was in the Bing. And, Tommy's like, you should be glad I let you back in CBI. And I was like, you got to imagine being Jenard and hearing you got to be glad I let you back in. Like,
exactly.
This was my organization.
Right.
Exactly. And it speaks to why Shanti is pissed. Because she's like, he didn't came out, he ain't even from here.
Right.
Come just take our stuff. So that's why she feels the way she does.
But I'm glad that he stepped up to Shanti a little bit. And like, okay, Shanti, no, it can't be this way. It has to be this way. We gotta let Tommy know. Right, because exactly right. She was just gunning to get this boy killed. So with all that being said, I think Tommy, he bought some minutes with Tommy.
Yeah, I think it's still nuts to me that Jenard literally went from being a sharp shooter, literally, to being a sharp shooter this episode. And I'm like, that turnaround time and that recovery was something else.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know what he's taking, but he's all good now.
I'm like, man, he must have been in some kind of program with Shanti. She needs to go worldwide with that.
Hey, I guess if you got a killer threatening you, it's only one way you can go.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it's the juice in what she is, she training and stuff and everything. Maybe she know how to get them right with her program.
Maybe. But before we move on from Vic, I also wanted to mention that Vic lied on Tommy. Because Stacy put the press on him at the end of the episode and was like, look, either you gonna go down for the killing of this agent or Tommy, so pick one. And I'm giving Stacy the hands for that, first of all, because
she can.
Yeah.
But I agree with Tiffany though. But I agree with Tiffany with that respect. When Tommy gave up, I'm sorry, when Vic gave up Tommy like that, and then just lied, flat out lied, we know what Stacy's gonna do. And and Stacy's so heated right now, I really wouldn't be surprised if she goes and picks up Tommy, tells Tommy that Vic, ratted you out.
This is a snitch. Yeah. She already pulled up on him. When you kill a cop, that they start going ham. They're gonna press you.
Particularly a Fed.
They
Yes,
coming,
sir.
right, a fed, a cop, whatever, they coming at you full force.
Right.
And she just, this time she stepped out from behind the desk to him, went to Mireya's house. I was like, Stacy is doing the most this
A lot.
but I figured that she would once that
Mhm.
cop died, especially since they left him there. I was
Mhm.
just like, I know they wanted to make it look like a mugging, but I think they might have been better off just disappearing.
I can tell you
Right.
what though, Stacy better not go by herself and try to arrest Tommy. Because if that happens, there's gonna be another body and it's gonna be Stacy.
Right. But I did love the way Tommy handled that situation.
Yeah,
He is
it was
smooth
funny.
under pressure.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he's used to it. I
He's
mean,
used to
New
it.
York fans would have stayed on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Great.
But you mentioned that Stacy stopped by Mireya's house. So Mireya's already pissed off with Tommy because of how he took advantage of the quinceañera situation, which we're gonna chat about. But Stacy also dropped that little nugget in her ear about Keisha. And I'm like, ooh, what about this? Like, is that gonna become a thing?
She said he's a bad man. Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah. So.
Well, I can see that may not be as big a thing for her because Tommy was like, hey, if there's anything about me you want to know, hey, I'll tell you. I do what I do, and if you want to know more, just hit me up. I'll tell you. So I already think she knows that he's in the game. I mean, she knows that.
Oh, she knows. She definitely knows that.
I thought about something though, because I was like, Tommy and Tasha reconciled on the Ghost, sorry. And Mireya is, if she asks Tommy what happened with Keisha and he feels obligated to tell her the truth, Tommy's gonna be like, well, Tasha killed Keisha, and let's say Tasha pops up in force at some point. Mireya's already gonna have some preconceptions about.
He might just say she died. He might be like, she did.
I wonder. That's why I'm like, how much of the truth is he gonna tell, and will Tasha ever get brought into force at some point?
I don't know, but he's got bigger fish to fry with Mireya right now.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be done with him in a few, because it's getting very dangerous for her, not only from the Fed side, because they threatening to bring her into a RICO, Tommy threatening to kill her brother threatening to kill both of them. I'm like,
I still don't think Miguel will kill Mireya. I don't see it. I mean, but look, she's the one giving him.
Abuela might.
Well, grandma. Oh yeah,
because
I got that.
See how she was looking, because she's like,
but grandpa, but let's not count out grandpa, because when grandpa met Tommy, he was extremely.
That's not his grandfather. That's Shay.
That's the plug, Shay.
Oh, that's Shay. Okay, I thought
they're not related.
They're not related. He's the
they're
plug.
not related. Okay.
No, he's the plug. The cartel.
Okay. That's right. He is the cartel.
Yeah.
But because he likes Tommy, he liked what he saw.
Yeah, he did, and that's why I said Abuela's mad, because she sees what happened. She saw that how Tommy moved in, and he was smooth talking Shay right in front of Miguel, and that's what Abuela's like. What I say, he coming for your spot.
Well, but you can't. I don't know what they're going to do now, because if we remember, Miguel said something about, in so many words, he was, it sounded as if he wanted to take Tommy out just before that episode, that scene. Now, what are you going to do?
Well, Miguel was already stewing from the fact that Tommy scooped up DSD before he could get to them. And then you add to that, you popping up at, family functions uninvited.
Now,
you gotta know that Tommy was ballsy for that.
That was really bold.
He got bold. But as far as the smooth move, that was it.
It was. Yeah. I mean, he made a play. He made a play, but it's I don't know. It's dangerous for Mireya too. Like, and he straight up said that he would kill Miguel, and she like, that's my brother. Like, you think you're supposed to be cool with that? So we can be together? Like, that's crazy.
And that's another thing, is she really playing the game? And that's a question I have. I mean, how far is she in with this? I mean, you know your brother. You even said your brother will kill you and Tommy, but yet you don't want Tommy to do anything about it. So basically, what you're telling me is you want Tommy to be a sitting duck for your brother.
Well,
Because
she was trying to remove herself though.
well,
When
no,
she
no,
was
no. I'm
caught,
saying
when she
what I'm
wasn't taking
asking,
his calls and all that stuff,
and that's
he,
what I'm asking.
he kept pursuing her.
No, I'm asking. My question is she done with Tommy? Because if she's not, she's playing with him. She
I
can't
think
she can't be on the fence. You're either with Tommy or you're not.
I think in her mind she knows it's smart to leave him alone, but the heart wants what it wants. And I think that she's too entangled right now. So I don't know. They've really been kicking it a lot. She's been at his place a lot when he ain't even there. So it's like they've really been kicking it hard.
I picked that. I was like, he came home and she was there in the bed. I was like, oh, they like that.
Exactly. And so now what?
Yeah.
I mean, so now you're going to give it all up because you're upset that Tommy crashed the party. So, I don't.
He's upset because he almost blew up the spot. It wasn't just that he crashed the party. It's the fact that they could have been exposed.
No, she almost blew up the spot.
Killed her last night.
I got it, but she's the one blew up. Right, but she's the one that almost blew up the spot for getting angry like that. When Tommy stormed out or left, when she stormed out and left, and Tommy went right behind her, my thought was, is Miguel going to follow? Because all somebody had to do was
again. I said they were tripping a little bit, just discussing all willy-nilly outside.
Yeah,
like somebody can't walk outside.
Exactly.
The same thing. I was like, y'all gonna argue right out front of the venue? Like, really?
And Tommy has no. I mean, he has no cut card. If call her back or something, call her tomorrow or late night. But you're gonna argue right in front of the joint where anybody could have stepped out and saw that, and it would have been all.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts.
Yeah,
but I took a lot of issue with some of the stuff that went on this episode because I'm like, they just argue right here out in front of the venue. Then when Tommy and Jenard and Vic went to go and meet up with the guys from SOD, who they're trying to woo into their coalition as well. I'm like, don't nobody got no guards on deck. They don't got no doormen to watch because the Serbs just straight up flipped the garage up and started shooting.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know.
Unless they had already shot the guards up outside,
But they would have heard that.
But they would have heard that, right? They weren't ready.
But it's just interesting how all that happened. And, could the, SOD leader, could he have thought that was a setup? That Tommy set him up that way, because that's what it looked like. I mean, it kind of felt like that, because Tommy's going to show up.
It could have looked that way, but it seems like Tommy and his men turned around and immediately started defending the SOD crew, and so I think that's what saved them is the fact that they did take some Serbs out. Right,
I agree. But you show up at an adversary, and all of a sudden they're getting blown up. By the Serbs. So it just seemed to me like
they could have been killed too, though.
No, they could have.
Right.
No, absolutely.
And it kind of makes sense. Like the Serbs and the SOD crew were in business together, and here Tommy comes trying to steal them away. So if Tommy's at this meeting and I know that you trying to steal my people from up under me, then it might make sense that I might come shoot you up.
Yeah.
So everybody can get it.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, okay, it makes sense. So this new alliance, I was like, if Miguel was mad about the DSD situation, wait till he find out that Tommy done pulled SOD in too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's doing everything that Abuela said he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Abuela was right. I mean, she was absolutely right. But I just think now there's really not much Miguel can do.
Well, he has to make a move first because ultimately, like, Tommy still gets his drugs from Miguel. Mm-hmm. And the only way he can do that is if he somehow bypasses Miguel and can get that relationship with Shay, which I think Shay is softening up, but he ain't all the way there yet. Mm-hmm. He still got to do some work to get in good with Shay. Mm-hmm. So I think that Miguel is going to try to make a move first on Tommy to like a show of power. Like, I'm running this. You better know your place.
Right. Mm-hmm. And if he finds out about Mireya, that's even more incentive to move on.
Man, what? If Stacy showed them pictures to anybody?
Yeah. Woo!
She was saying Miguel gonna get you before I do.
Right, right. And he will. I mean,
Mhm.
well, Tommy ain't having it, but
Yeah, like I said,
Right.
Stacy ain't long for this earth, so I don't know. I don't know which end she plays, but she really better
well,
watch her
I
step.
don't know if she's gonna die just yet because I feel like Blanca is coming from New York to Chicago to work with that task force.
Which
Why?
is why we can get rid of Stacy.
Nah, you can't get rid of
But she's from New York. I think she's gonna come with her New York intel and school Stacy and crew
on how to get them.
on how
I
to
don't
get
know.
Tommy. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Stacy,
he's supposed to be dead, and so
yeah, but Stacy is kind of off the chain right now. So,
She is.
and anything, and it seems like she's willing and ready to do whatever it takes to get Tommy. And the problem is when you put all of your eggs in Tommy's basket, you're going to get killed. She's not thinking beyond anybody but Tommy and the moves she's making, because in a sense she has to make those moves, because if you stop to think about all the killings that has happened, and she's actually head of this the organization that's supposed to bring all this into some form and getting somebody arrested, like some big cartel arrested. You're just looking at Tommy, and Tommy is a stone cold killer. Absolutely.
yeah.
I think Stacy about to get checked again by her superiors because she already got checked last week about the shooting in the projects.
Right. Exactly.
Now
you
an
lost
FBI agent is dead.
It's dead. Yes.
What?
And the other thing is her husband, the Chicago PD officer, he was looking at her, and you can tell that he did not approve of the way she was lying to Vic and trying to force Vic into a confession, a false confession with Tommy and stuff.
And
because
you know why? Because legally,
saw that, he turned his back, he left.
He might sabotage it.
Well,
he might try to go above her head and say, like, look, this is getting out of hand.
And what happens if Tommy winds up in court over this and they find out that that's what happened? It's going to be thrown out.
They're going to throw it out,
immediately. So I can see why he was a little hesitant, or rather disturbed by what she was doing, but he didn't do anything to stop it either.
Yeah.
He should have grabbed her. He should have grabbed her and said, look, come out here for a minute. Because I'm telling you've gone way left. And
because he tried to talk to her before when she was trying to get the girl to finger Tommy in the picture. Episodes back, he was like, Stacy.
Exactly.
So he did check her then and stuff. So I think he's gonna have words for her outside of the room. I think he was trying to have a show of force or unity in that room, but I think he's gonna come back to it then. If he has to go to her superior, well, they married. So that's the other thing. That's the other conflict.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
be they might be breaking up over this stuff.
Hey, that might not be a bad idea, because that marriage certainly ain't a heaven bound. So they might want to break that up.
Y'all want to talk about somebody else who might be breaking up soon? Diamond and his boo Gianna.
It's a wrap. Her baby died. I told y'all something probably gonna happen to Leon or the family.
But that's that wasn't Diamond's fault. Now hear me out. Now, because on one side you could say, well, if Diamond didn't teach him to fight, he'd have just got beat up. No. I agree. Diamond did exactly what he should have done. The boy needed to learn how to protect himself, and he did. But who knew that this dude would just have a gun and want to kill him? And see,
no, we know in Chicago. We know the thing is they followed him clearly, or they rode up on him at Diamond's house. And my son and I was talking about that. No, they went. It was in front of Diamond's house.
No, I thought Diamond was dropping him back off.
Diamond was dropping him off.
Oh, it was in front of his house. Okay,
in front of his house,
dropping him back off. So they were waiting on him in his own neighborhood.
Right.
So I feel like because of that, they would have rolled up on him anyway. They were pressing him the whole season before he learned how to fight. So the fact that now Leon got the best of him, they were embarrassed. They were embarrassed, and then they pulled the gun, and now Diamond is gonna be on demon time now. The good guy Diamond that we saw that was like ghost-like and trying to turn the corner. the way he did the PO officer and the way he looked in that mirror, I was like, oh, that diamond is gone.
Okay.
Listen, because I think that Leon was representative of who he could be. And I think that that's why he was so invested in trying to make a positive change and present this positive reformed image or whatever. And so, you know, now that Leon is gone, it's like, oh, this is who I really am. Like I get kids killed. I'm a drug dealer. You know, I'm a murderer.
Except that, I mean, I just think that he saw for the first time him, you know, he having a family, and this boy could be his son, and you know, any father who would witness that, I would think would, you know, just fall to pieces, and that's exactly what he did. You know, all I know is I would be on the hunt. Those young men would be like,
he's gonna be on the hunt.
Yeah,
because you heard Jenard when Tommy was like, what's up with Diamond? Why didn't he come? Where's his head at and stuff? Jenard said the little boy that he was training, he got killed and stuff. And he's like, Diamond ain't gonna let that go. When he said that, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, he's getting ready up.
Can't let that go. You cannot.
He's not gonna let it go.
Yeah,
he's not gonna let it go.
Except that now for the mom, I understand why she jumped and you know, accused Diamond, but that could have happened whether Diamond was there or not. So,
right,
exactly.
I think she'll realize that she's just
that was just
right now.
Well, I think once Diamond tells her who it was, you know, that it wasn't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, Diamond, you know, that's not a time for Diamond to speak up and say it wasn't me, you know, because you know that's not going to help anything. But at some point, he's got to let her know, look, it was the boys on the block that did this, and I'm going to get them. You know, it had nothing to do with me and my business. You know, these boys on the block, they're going to get got, and you can believe that.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say she knew what she was getting into.
That's what she said.
So that's the other thing. Like, you can't blame Diamond when she straight up said, "Oh, I knew who you were all along. I knew who you were," and she still chose to deal with him.
And
so
she said she was wrong.
What I was about to say.
Exactly.
You can't then say, "Oh, this is your fault." Da 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 da. If you knew that he was Diamond CBI and he was the head of CBI, then you shouldn't have rocked with him. This, first of all, it's not his fault that her son died, but
not at all. But you know, you can't mix and match either. You know, she said, "I know who you are. I'm grown. I can blah 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 blah." But you know, my first lookout is my son Leon. Okay, well,
then don't mess with him. You're like, that's what I'm saying. You know, okay, this is my first. I don't approve of your lifestyle, so me and mine gonna be over here.
Yep.
Right. And that's why I think eventually she's going to come to see that Diamond didn't have nothing to do with it. But at the same time, like y'all said, you got to know who you playing with.
Hey, you got to know who you are.
I think Diamond going to get Jamal too, because he's snitched.
Oh, Jamal is as good as gone.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to get Jamal. If he ever finds out, yeah, Jamal's good as dead.
Right. Yeah. And I think we already said that Jamal is on the who can get the hands list. So we're going to talk about him at the end. But in terms of telling the PO, I think the PO really believed, like you said, Ron, believed in Diamond and his positive transformation. But to walk in and see the packs of cocaine and the money and Tommy in there with them, and it was like, oh my God, did these people not believe in locking doors?
I mean,
like, he just left the door unattended and everything.
And it was after hours too. It looked like it was after hours. And I was
like, driving me nuts.
It's popping up, you know, in the evening and stuff. Just showed up, and I was like, "Oh, this is going."
But he popped up for a reason, because Jamal, you know.
Oh, we know why he popped
exactly.
up. But I'm saying, but that was also it should have been after his working hours too.
But
that door should have been locked up, blinds closed.
But Jamal, though, I mean not Jamal, but Diamond. I know you're upset, and I know you just witnessed an egregious act on a boy that was totally innocent. There are two ways to turn yourself in. He chose the wrong way, because had he not killed the parole officer, he and Tommy would have gone down. So he had really no choice. He had no choice but to kill him.
If he didn't kill him, Tommy was going to kill him.
Well,
kill him. Tommy's going. As soon as he walked in there, we knew he wasn't walking out.
Right.
It was clear. I knew that. I was like, he came at the wrong time. So I was like, either Tommy gonna take care of him or Tommy gonna take care of him.
Yeah,
and the thing was, did you see the look on Tommy's face when he saw that Diamond? When Diamond did that, it was like Tommy had this smirk on his face, like, yeah, this
to the dark side.
If he had any doubt in his mind, like, could Diamond be the snitch or whatever and stuff, I think once he saw Diamond go hard like that, when Diamond was like, I ain't going back to prison, he knew. He was like, oh, he all in. He gonna be a beast.
Because he got a body on him now. He's got a body on him, so he's all in. You know,
I was like, wow, Diamond looked like a young Bumpy Johnson with that blade.
Yes, he did. He put a smile on my boy's neck, and the graphics were so realistic, you know, because kudos to the graphics team, man. That was
so I mean that represented a real big turning point, because even in the first season, like, Diamond was very hesitant to kill, and you even seen him question Tommy a lot about, like, you don't get bothered by all of this death and constantly being in this like circle of negativity, and he will always question Tommy on stuff like that, or shy away from being present in violent situations. But now you see him like go full dark mode. I think this is a definite turning point for Diamond.
And this is why it's dangerous. Because something I saw this episode that made me think, I was like, oh Lord, they showed Kate for a reason. Because I was like, oh my gosh, JP told Kate that D-Mac is not dead. They's at school. So you know what's gonna happen. She gonna look for him.
No.
He probably gonna come back.
She doesn't have to look for him. JP said, when you sober up, I'll take you to him. What kind of mess is that?
That's what's gonna happen. So he gonna mess around with the episode called No Loose Ends. Episode 9. I'm telling you, one of them, like, he might end up getting killed. And it might not even, it could be Tommy or it could be Diamond. Because now Diamond is on demon time. Well, and he already said, he already told Tommy, you better take care of it or I will.
Okay, so let's look at the loose ends. Okay, so we know Vic's a loose end.
Vic's a loose end.
Would you say
Jenard and Shanti are definitely
Jenard and Shanti loose ends.
Okay, so
Claudia too.
Claudia
and Serbs.
Yeah, well, I mean,
D-Mac is if he come back to Chicago,
right? Or even if Kate goes to him, I have no idea what JP was thinking. I know he didn't want her to suffer mentally about the loss.
Right.
But
he doesn't know. He just now getting to know Kate. And Tommy said, you don't know her like I do. He was like, she will F everything up. And he told JP that. But true. He doesn't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, he's soon to find out.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot wait until next week to see how they wrap up all these loose ends, because it's a lot of them. I mean, this episode by far presented the most plot twist that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with this episode. I like where they're taking us for these last 2 episodes that we got for the remaining in the season. So we know that our girl Lisa Domain is doing the next episode, episode 9. If you haven't checked out the interview with director Lisa Domain, check that out as well in our interviews tab. I mean, I think we have a lot to look forward to. And based on that interview with Lisa, she was saying that episode 9 was going to be a big one too. So I'm like, dang, you know, we got a lot to look forward to.
But real quick, I want to ask a question with Claudia making that deal without the knowledge, without Shantae's knowledge. And then she brings the deal to Shantae, and Shantae's like, okay, you don't make a move unless I know what you're doing. I smell something burning in the kitchen, and that right there.
Oh yeah.
That ain't gonna last.
Well, Shanti always has Tommy up her sleeve, because she straight up told Tommy, "I'll give her up to you. I don't care." She said Claudia can get it too.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
And that's better for Shanti, because if she really wanted to cut Claudia out, she doesn't need Claudia.
Exactly.
No, because she knows the owner of the clubs and stuff, and she can work directly with the Serbs if they choose to go that route.
Well, now she had, and not to mention, Claudia had to cut the Serbs in on that deal. So it's just sticky all the way around.
Yep. So that's why I was like, this definitely is heating up. I mean, I can see this going a number of ways. But I like exactly where they have is because we really, I mean, I can speak for myself. I really don't know where this is going to go. Like, I have some thoughts on it and some predictions, you know, but they've really been doing a good job at keeping us guessing.
Yes, they have. They have. It's been an exciting season.
Yeah. So I'm happy with it. We talked about our who can get the hands list. So I think it's pretty long. We put Vic on there. We put Stacy on there. We put Jamal on there. Anybody else we want to add to the list?
Okay. I'm gonna put Mireya on there.
Why are you giving Mireya the hands?
Because she was acting up in that club. I'm just saying that look she had on her face. Look, if I were Miguel, if that were my sister, and I turned around and I saw Miguel, I saw Mireya, the way she looked when Tommy was doing his thing, and then for her to storm out, well, it wasn't necessary.
I didn't think it was that dramatic.
It was dramatic to me.
And if anything, I mean, first of all, I mean, he showed up to a family function.
Okay. I mean, that's your boo now, right? That's your boo. So,
but if I didn't invite you, I would have been mad. If I here or anything, and then you pop up and I didn't invite you, you might have seen Tip act like that.
Yeah. I mean, she straight up said she felt used. Like, what? Were you just using me to get to Shay? Were you using me to learn Spanish? So I think she was justified in her reaction.
Yeah, she was.
So I don't know. I can't co-sign that.
I'll be a lone dummy. Dummy.
Now in terms of the game ball, is there anybody y'all want to give the game ball to? Now, I briefly considered Jenard for saving Tommy's life, but I was like, I know deep down inside Jenard got other motives. So that's why I was like, nah,
because he was trying to kill him at first.
He was
gonna take that shot, and then
he was like, I had a clear shot at Tommy, and I didn't take it.
I don't know if anybody gets a game ball this episode.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I mean, do we give it to Tommy for his chess move though with Shay?
No, because that's just Tommy and where he plays chess. I mean, Tommy is just that conniving that, you know, he.
Well, you got to be in this game.
No, I agree, but I mean
that was a bold move.
So, it might come back to bite him. Though.
I agree.
Oh, I think it's definitely gonna come back.
I mean, because in real life, you cannot bring all these adversaries together on the basis of $1 bill. You just can't. I mean, somebody.
I'm talking about the meeting, him popping up for the meeting for the quinceañera with Che, you know, with the cartel. Like that was a boss move.
Oh no, well,
that was a boss move. So that's why I said, should he get the game ball for that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. There are going to be consequences.
I'll give him half a game ball.
Honorable mention or something like that.
Who else can we consider? So you said Jenard for saving Tommy?
Well, we said Stacy. We said
no. You know what?
I'm saying the people that are getting it.
I'm gonna give Leon the game ball. He stood up for himself. He finally fought back.
Okay, I live with that. I agree.
Fortunately, he was dealing with some Bamas that don't know how to take a hit.
Right, exactly.
What Jerome was saying, Snowfall, teach your man how to squabble.
Right.
So I'm giving Leon the game ball. Yeah. He went out like a G at least.
He did. So yeah, I can go with that. I co-sign.
Okay. That's we all settled then. So this was a really great episode. To all the viewers out there, thank you for watching. Please drop down in the comment section and give us your thoughts on this episode, as well as predictions for the remainder of the season. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel, hit the like button and the notification bell. And we're also on all major social media platforms. So give us a spot at The Spot Real Talk. Tiff, Ron, you got anything else you want to add before we close out?
I'm good.
No. Okay. Well, this has been great. I loved our discussion this week. Looking very much so forward to next week. I'm on the edge of my seat just waiting to see what goes down. So make sure you guys are back here next week for another recap of Force. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Why do they talk like gangsters, but they don't move like gangsters? Why do they walk like gangsters, but they don't move like gangsters? Change don't change like it used to. Who runs the roost round here? The coop's gone clear. Got the heart from the bass to the snares, but the word is what's keeping them here. Word to my peers. The work don't stop till the top. Think it's resting, but we're not. I spread the message.